Chapter 29 of Going His Way, Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev. Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 29 The Way of a Saint. John Peters and Tom Crowley were very good friends. These men had been friends for over 30 years. But one day John Peters lost his best friend. Yes, Tom Crowley died. After the death of his friend, John was very lonesome. But John Peters didn't forget his friend. Oh, no! Every day he prayed for the soul of his friend, and once a week John went to the cemetery to visit Tom's grave. On one of these visits to the cemetery, John was surprised to find that a tombstone had been placed over the grave of his friend. Now there was something strange about that tombstone. There was no writing upon the tombstone. No writing upon the tombstone! That made John wonder. He looked at the tombstone for a long time, and tears ran down his cheeks. Then John Peters knelt down to pray. When John finished his prayers, he arose and lifted his head. And was John surprised? What do you think? There, standing next to the tombstone, was a real, live angel. John shook from head to foot. Why, he was so afraid that he couldn't speak. "I have been sent," spoke the angel kindly, "to write something upon this tombstone. I didn't know Tom Crowley, so I don't know what to write about him. Perhaps you can tell me something about your friend. Then I'll know what to write." "Tom Crowley was my best friend, and I knew him very well," said John slowly. "He tried to be good, but, every so often, he failed. But no matter how many times he sinned, Tom Crowley always came back and tried again to live right." "That's enough," said the angel, and he raised his hand. Then the angel turned and began to write upon the tombstone. What did the angel write? The angel wrote 4 words, and the 4 words were these: "Here lies a saint." Yes, children, at times Tom Crowley was a sinner. But Tom never remained a sinner. It didn't take him very long to beg forgiveness from God. And then he'd begin again to live right. That's how Tom Crowley, the sinner, became Tom Crowley, the saint. Now, children, I know that each one of you wants to become a saint. I know, too, that there will be times during your life when you may fall into sin. If you ever do fall into sin, then do just what Tom Crowley did. Beg God to forgive you and begin again to live right. Oh, I know that some people fall into sin and they remain in sin. Those people are making terrible mistakes. If those people die in sin, they'll go to hell. They'll lose their souls. Those people refuse to let God help them. Those people are stubborn. They don't want to be saved. But you want to be saved. Of course you do. Well, Jesus has made it easy for you to be saved. Jesus made the sacrament of penance for sinners, to help sinners to get back to God, to help sinners to begin again to live right. Do you know what Jesus once said? Jesus said that you have to fight for heaven. Anyone who quits in the middle of a fight never wins. If you quit fighting for heaven, you'll never win heaven. If you quit fighting for heaven, you'll lose, and you'll lose badly. So, children, don't ever give up trying to save your soul. Keep on keeping on. If you ever fall into sin, then go to confession and start trying again. If you do that, children, then some day, perhaps, an angel will write upon your tombstone, "Here lies a saint." End of chapter 29.